Wewe just person vile. Just person. Basi. Akoto mwani aremo kinyume hapo. Kino mbele tunataka leo. Hebu rudieni. Ra. Cha. I would like to thank God for this day. My name is Olupot. I am the CEO of Ateker Sports and Arts Foundation, the organization behind the Ateker Cup of Nations. I'm so humbled by the fact that today in this unveiling, God blessed us with all of you. Let's clap for ourselves. I would also love to say the second thing I bless God for is the fact that God made all our guests from far, and more so those with busy schedules still make their way to this event. I would like to say, guests at the high table, thank you so much for making it to Sorority City. Karibu, Sorority City. Just a brief about Ateker Cup and Ateker Cup of Nations. Ateker Cup is a tournament that began from Keso sub-region here in 2021. And this is the story behind Ateker Cup that has grown to be what it is today. In around 2018, I got a conviction that I wanted to do something for home when it comes to sports. I fell in love with football, to the level that one time when I was actually playing for one of the universities, inter-university games, I got a problem with my right knee. I know some of them might be asking, can that fat guy play football? I can run and I can play football, it's just that I'm moving more slowly. So, despite of the fact that I left being on the pitch, the conviction never left me. So I started engaging a few people here and there that we need to come up with something for our people. But that was not possible that time. I didn't want for it alone because I felt God had the right time with this. So in the year 2021, I watched one of the games of Uganda Cranes, I think versus Mali. And one of our own sons from a rabbi that is Orient was actually entering into the pitch. A son of Ateker. To us, it was like we had seen Messi. Just only that. Or he just know that he once played with us the local football we call Adobe in the village. Something changed about me. I started imagining and I started asking myself questions that if we got more tournaments of this caliber, how many more Orets would we get out of the Ateker land across from Uganda to Ethiopia and everywhere else? Now, still, after even that activated my passion, I didn't do much. I still sat down. I visited Sorority City. When I was in Sorority City, you enter in a place that has people, the discussion was about politics of hate. I said, what is happening? I see elsewhere, people clash ideologically, but in the evening they're actually sharing a bottle of beer, actually buying for each other. Let me give you a bucket. I said, what's wrong with my people? When I left Sorority and I went to Mora, the division back down home was worse. So as you sit in training centers, you keep listening to people, and I decided to tell myself, we need to get something that can bring people together. I looked at things and I kept crossing, this may not bring our people together, this may not bring our people together. That, to cut the story short, added with the battles that we have as inter-Ateker tribes, Iteso versus Karamojong, wrestling and killing each other. Karamojong versus Turukana, wrestling and killing each other. Turukana and Karamojong versus Tokosa. Turukana versus the Nyangatong. I started asking myself, okay, is this the Africa we want to see? Or we can do something to change the narrative of Africa? That made me move out, and I called a few people. I told them, I have this idea in my heart for many years, but I believe it's time to move. They asked me, how should we move? I told them the first step is you to buy the idea and head to Soroti. We came from Kampala to Soroti. When we were in Soroti, we decided to ask and understand how the football system works. When we asked, we were immediately referred to the chairman, who is present with us, Mr. Lomo. You can stand up for the house to see you. Yeah, chairman representing football in the region, that's Nebra. We shared the idea with him. But before we went to him, people were telling us, will you manage? Do you know how football is complicated? How football is expensive? Yes, we do understood. But when we met him, he gave us parental guidance. He told us, go give me the whole picture of what you want to be in the region. We went back. He told us maybe you will come back and see me next week. We refused to go back to Kampala. We were sleeping as often. We went there, and in the night we called him and told him, we are ready, sir, where can we meet you? He actually laughed on the phone and said, I thought you guys were coming after 2 weeks. We said, no, we want to finish this. The following morning he gave us time. We met him, and he told us, I bless this tournament. We want you to start. So that is the Ateker Cup. Teso played it, it became a wave, and he sold the whole Ateker played. That is within Teso. So in 2024, Ateker groups started approaching us and telling us, can you involve us in the Ateker Cup that you're playing? It was hard for us to bring all the Ateker groups because of the financial constraints that are involved. Ladies and gentlemen, a team from Turkana refused to rest. They saw a poster of the Ateker Cup final meant to be in Soroti for the Ateker Cup of Teso. And one day they shared a message in one of the groups in Turkana. The message was brief. I want someone of Ateker of Turkana who is passionate about football. We want to grow something that has begun here. Because already other teams have met me. In less than 2 minutes, a gentleman called Brizan, you can stand up for recognition. In less than 2 minutes, a gentleman had involved me. In 1.5 minutes, he had called me and he was asking me when should we come to Uganda. I told him, I think give us to finish the final, then you will come after the final. He told me yes. One day the fan told me, I am in Nairobi, printing t-shirts for the Ateker Cup of Nations, the tournament we're having, in less than 2 days. And they were here with their convoy to say, we are Ateker, and this time we must make this work. I think he deserves a big round of applause. So when we held the meeting here, we had Chairman Olomo, the NEFA team. And tell your neighbor, we are here to be vessels of unity. Thank you so much. So ladies and gentlemen, today we are here to unveil the Ateker Cup of Nations that is going to take place in Soroti City from the month of August, and we shall start from 16th to 22nd of August. I would say today's journey begins with us and our guests, and we pray that at the end of the day, together we can achieve our goal. Once again, I want to appreciate you for coming, and not forgetting to appreciate our partners who supported this day. Not forgetting to appreciate the Uganda Police Force, the Internal Security Organization team that is here, the Office of the RCC that is here, ECHUDEF, that's the development arm of the HSO Cultural Union. Not forgetting Sparrow Hotel, where we are seated. Let's give them a big round of applause. Not forgetting the CODI, a development partner in this region that is turning things around in the community and supporting women to rise above what our stereotypes believe. Not forgetting Pep Scholar Uganda, that is a ministers, and they are all official partners for the water. Not forgetting the media houses, different bloggers. Not forgetting the church. Not forgetting the Ministry of East African Affairs,